These chicks made 7 weeks. So if you're having chicks, this is the time to change the size of broken maize from chicks to medium size. If you've been mixing 100 kilogram of broken maize, then use 50 kilogram of chicks, broken, 50 kilograms. Then to the medium, use also 50. Don't just change it abruptly, because you might find some big particles, and some of the chicks can eat the big particles and some of them cannot eat those big particles of maize. So it's important to use 50 of chicks, then 50 of medium. Yes, I mean broken maize. Broken helps the chicken to gain weight. They become big. For the sunflower and cotton, they give the chicken fats. Sunflower helps to balance the fats, and cotton also increases on the fats. The more you give your chicken cotton, the more fats you're going to see in your chicken. We don't need too much fats in the chicken, because it prevents the chicken from laying eggs. Or sometimes if they lay, you find those are chicken that bursts behind where the egg comes from, where the egg is laid from. So that is why we use sunflower to balance the fats of the chicken, and cotton increases on the fats. They all contain protein, including the fish that we use. A concentrate includes all of those things: fish, cotton, sunflower. They have soya in it. Some of the concentrates, they include soya, all of that. Some of the people don't know how cotton or sunflower looks like, but this is cotton. This is cotton. This is how cotton looks like. You have to buy cotton from the millers, powder form of cotton from the millers. The same applies to the sunflower. It has to be in powder form. And this is sunflower. This is sunflower. I received this question: how often do I remove or clean the chicken house? When the chicken are laying, I remove the droppings every 2 months, depending on their health. If they are healthy, they are eating very well, they don't have any sickness, every 2 months I remove the droppings out of the chicken house, especially when they are in a powder form. When the chicken are sick, even when the coffee husks are still new, like these ones here you're seeing, I remove the coffee husks and throw them away. Treat the chicken, especially when they are having flu. For Newcastle, I don't. For Newcastle, I can treat and I don't remove the coffee husks, all the droppings. But when it comes to the flu, especially that strong flu, they eat from the ground. You find a chicken sneezed and the flu is down on the floor, and another one is going to come and eat the same flu. So I remove all the dirt from the chicken house. Whether the husks are still new, I just remove them. But when the chicks are of this size, like these ones here, I remove the coffee husks or the droppings every 3 months, depending on how many chicks are, the number of chicken that are inside in the chicken house, how old the chicken droppings are. It doesn't matter whether it has spent like 3 months, as long as the chicks are still healthy and the droppings are powder form, I just spray the disinfectants and remove the dust, only that. because when the chicks are still young, I just put in a little coffee husks, like 2 to 3 bags of coffee husks in just this chicken house. How big it is, 3 to 5 only. But when the chicken are old enough, this chicken house carries 15 bags, just this flow. It helps me to keep the coffee husks in powder form, or the droppings in a powder form. The moment you put in little coffee husks, the droppings are going to be caked as if you poured water on the floor. But if you bring a lot of coffee husks, remember the feeders will be raised, and there will be no dirt that is going to fall in the feeds or drinking water. But for the chicks, I put little husks because the feeders are still down. When you give your chicken the laying chicken a lot of coffee husks, it prevents the droppings from getting caked. There is also another question that if at all you use a chicken house without a concrete, what happens when the chicks get sick? There is an advantage that whenever you use a concrete, your chicken, whenever you get an outbreak, you can just scrub the floor, spray the disinfectants to sweep away all the disease, then raise the chicks again, especially when the chicks have died. But when you're having a floor without a concrete, you're always advised to leave that chicken house for like 4 months or 5. Give it a break so that it can breathe. You keep on spraying as long as leaving it for some good time. So there is an advantage that whenever you're using a floor without a concrete, you're saving money on cement, sand and labor. But whenever you don't have a concrete and you get an outbreak, you have to leave the chicken house for some good time before you raise again the chicks in that very house. But I still have the chicken house that have no concrete, at the same time the chicken houses that have concrete. You can start with the chicken house that doesn't have a concrete, then later on you make a concrete, because each and every time when you're just beginning, you have to buy everything. So that is all I wanted to share with you. Let's meet in the next one. Bye.